Welcome back, City Skylines players and fans, to Capital City. We are still building in the harbor area today. I was looking at the situation here. It looks like we have a number of neighborhoods here with elementary schools, but we need a high school in this area. And we're going to be building some more residential through this entire area, all the way up the coast to this beach here. And it's going to be kind of a higher end, affluent area. So we're going to build a GIGA high school, a huge high school in this area. And I've already started with building the grounds off camera here. We've got 4 baseball diamonds, a number of tennis courts, a number of basketball courts, and obviously a football field with some bleachers, concession stands, parking for all the sports activities and the high school. And we're going to put the high school in this area right here. And we need something that has a pretty large footprint, and we can use a number of mods to adjust the student population, so that's not really the issue. But I want something with a large footprint, so that way it's justified with all these sporting venues, and also the large area with these neighborhoods and the harbor district and everything. So let's take a look here. At the first thing I want to look at is the education. Elementary school, we're fine. We're still well in the green. I mean, we're on the lower end, but we're still well in the green. High school, we're approaching the yellow, which is where we're at. University, we should be fine. Yes, public libraries. We actually are kind of low on that, so we need to up that a little bit too. But right now, we're going to concentrate on the high school. And like I said, I want something that's pretty large, large footprint, and I went to the workshop and was looking for something like that. I did find a few different schools here. I downloaded. Obviously, we have now a high school right here, holds 1,000 students, and found a couple other high schools that are very nice. Very nice assets. I love them. They're just not big enough to do what I want to do in this area. This is Manassas High School. I love this one. This is probably my favorite high school in the workshop that I could find so far. Still not big enough. So what we're going to do is we're going to use a combination of different buildings to make a large GIGA high school. So the first thing we're going to do, I've already cleared the area and flattened what I need to flatten, modify the terrain. First thing I'm going to do is take this Manassas High School, and I am going to use one of these and plop that down right there. And this high school uses or has 2,000 students, which is a significant population. But I'm aiming for the anywhere from 5,000 to 6,000 student range for this whole area, because it will be these 2 neighborhoods here, which are mostly high density, and then these 2 low density neighborhoods here. And then this entire area here is mostly going to be residential. It's not going to be heavily, it's not going to be real dense with a lot of houses and things, but it will have a number of neighborhoods and maybe even some high density housing along the coast there in some areas. So there's going to be significant population increase in this area. So we do need a large high school. So I've got 2,000 students using this one. So I'm going to take another Manassas High School, and I'm going to place it over here on the other side. Turn my anarchy on. So it will work. There we go. And then with the power of move it, I'm going to move the two schools together to make them one building. There we go. Line up the central hallway. There we go. And that looks pretty good there. But just to jazz it up a little bit, I was looking at this front entrance, and I think the front entrance of the building needs a little bit more to it. So what I was thinking was take the vanilla high school that comes with the game and place it down and use move it and place that right there to move those pillars and make sure you center it, and perfect. And I think the two of those just go great together. That looks great. Another thing that is a flaw with this Manassas High School, if you get to a certain angle, part of it disappears. But it's just one particular angle, so it's kind of hard for me to even find it now. There it is. But other than that, it looks great from all directions, and it very rarely clips, so it's a good asset. Okay, so another thing I want to add is we need some gymnasiums here for the school, and because this is such a large school, I'm thinking a lower class in the United States. High schools usually, in most areas, it's usually 4 grades: 9th, 10th, 11th, and 12th grade. So maybe a gymnasium for the 9th and 10th graders, and then a gymnasium for the 12th or 11th and 12th grade students, or maybe one for the varsity, maybe the junior varsity uses the other gym, something like that. But I'm thinking the high school this large would have a smaller gym and a larger gym. So I'm going to use a couple different assets to do that. And the first one we use is a asset that I downloaded called the indoor track, and absolutely loved it. I've used it a couple times in Capital City already. Um, there we go. And I think I've used it as a gym over on the far side of the city in one of the high schools, and then I've also used it as a like a gymnasium or a indoor recreational facility for a neighborhood. I just kept it as a park there and left it as an attraction. Of course, the one I used for the school, I turned it into a procedural object, which is what we're going to do here to eliminate the parking and the there we go, the parking and the landscaping around. And of course, we take the building. I'm thinking to connect it to this side door here. Actually, we will come around from this side, and I'm thinking right like that. There we go. And that looks nice. And the other gem that I was wanting to use is out of the Liberal Arts College. And I think this gymnasium here would be perfect. The problem with that is I can't use that because it's not in a university district. So what we're going to do is we are going to paint a university district here, and not large of a one. And there we go. And plop down a administration building for the liberal arts school, and then a Ooh, what did I do wrong there? Oh, I need to... Oh, I see what I did. Okay. Extend that out. There. That's what I did. Okay. And, there we go. So that's all one district now. And then plop the gymnasium in there. There. And do the same thing we did with the indoor track here, is turn it into a procedural object, because we really don't need it to do anything other than just look good for the high school. We just need it to fit to the side of the high school to make it complete the building. And I erase that, and want to eliminate this district because we don't need that there. There we go. There we go. I think that looks great. That's a good size footprint. And also by leaving these schools intact, we've got 2,000 students there, 2,000 students there, and 1,000 students there. So we have 5,000 students for this high school, which is about where I wanted to be. It's a large, very large school, and I think that for this size campus, I think that's fitting. I think it's appropriate. I do want to add a couple other things that I was thinking about to this building. Thinking because this is kind of an affluent area, maybe using a botanical garden here, and maybe make this. I'm thinking this would be like maybe a cafeteria, maybe, or maybe they would use it as some sort of garden or something to that effect, indoor garden or something like that. But I think it just looks really cool. So I think it would match, go on the side of the building here quite nicely. There we go. There. That looks good. Now, obviously, I think we're going to move this over just a little bit because we're going to add some parking and stuff in here. Another thing I was thinking about adding is there is a creative arts building. Yeah, Institute of Creative Arts. And I was thinking about adding that to this building here. Actually, that's not the one I was looking at. It was the back thing. Yeah, it was the back side of the building. I'm going to turn that into a procedural object. The reason is I love these shapes, the landscaping, spiral staircase, and I'm thinking putting it right here on the back side of the building, and I think that looks absolutely great with, maybe bring that in just a little bit, and then obviously we'll readjust the other buildings here in a minute, but that in, yeah, and then, yeah, but we'll make sure we leave enough walk there. I think that would be great because this is going to be a parking lot here, so that spiral staircase down into the parking lot, I think would be is going to be good there. Let's see here. I know I moved this building a little bit. Let me see. I need to readjust this a little bit there. I think that works, and that stayed pretty good there, so that's good. obviously move the arena over, or the gymnasium over, and we'll need to move the, I'm going to call this the cafeteria. I'm not sure what they would use it for, but I think it just looks great on the side of the high school. I think that's good. Now, what we're going to do, I'm going to go ahead and do some detailing here. I'm going to do that off camera, just lay some parking lots and some landscaping and stuff, and then I will be right back. Welcome back. As you can see, we did a number of things here. Added some parking lots on really all four sides. We got a small one over here, medium size, and a pretty large parking over here. And did some landscaping. Uh, Added a few trees and bushes around the side of the added some trees over here, the cafeteria. Did some landscaping up front. Added some walkways, added some benches, trash cans, just to give it a some dumpsters here. Um, there's a road that runs here, right here, right around the gym, and comes back out here. And it also connects here too. So just to give people more access to the buildings. Added a couple basketball courts here in the middle. Um, Outdoor courts. I think that would just be appropriate right to the school, so that way students wouldn't have to walk all the way over here to play some ball. Added some sculptures and some detailing to this building here. Little seating area here with a trash can. Added some sculptures around the outside of the building, and added a school. I think it came out very well, very good, and I think it matches this area perfectly. And obviously, it's going to educate a lot of students in this area. Matter of fact, I've let it run for a little bit just to see what the student population can go up to. And right now we're at, there's 324 there, about 450 there, and about 300 there. So looking at about 750, about 1,000 students. So, and that's pretty good considering that these two neighborhoods haven't filled in yet. And of course, none of this area here has been constructed yet at all. So I think that's excellent so far. So we'll easily reach that 5,000 mark in that high school. I think that'll be easily reached. But there you have it, the GIGA High School and grounds with football field, tennis courts, basketball courts, baseball diamonds, loads of parking for students and guests, and of course sporting events. A couple gyms on the building, special little neat building on the side for a cafeteria or a botanical garden in the school. I think that gives the school its uniqueness. I think it's an excellent addition to the city. If you like my content, hit that like button. I've got more videos coming around the block here pretty quick, so go ahead and subscribe so that way you don't miss any. We'll be running the bypass, this interstate spur right here. It's going to turn into a avenue bypass through here, and we're going to connect this main road here. I'm going to do an interesting idea. I think we're going to connect it right in here, and I got some interesting ideas on that, so that's going to be a video coming up here pretty soon. could, hit that like button, subscribe to my channel, and if you have any comments, feel free to leave those. And have a great day. Remember, everybody, do the long game.